Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas by Yisro. In the beginning of the Parsha, we start off by Yishma Yisro. Yisro heard. He heard what Hashem did for Moshe and the Bnei Israel, that he took them out of Egypt. Rashi here asks on the words Vayishma Yisro, says, Mashumua Shama Uva. What did he hear that he came? He heard about Kriyas Yamsuf, the splitting of the sea, and he heard about Melchemes Amalek, the fight with Amalek. The Rabbi Pinchas Friedman quotes the first Belzer Rebbe, Shalom MiBelz, who gives an explanation about when does the Torah use the word bo, coming, without which he means to be without hachana, without preparation, such as vayavo Amalek and vayavo Yisro. And when does it use vayelech, something that's more of a planned move from one place to another? And that would be vayelech Moshe, or lech lecha would be that same type of concept. So here Rashi, he says, is asking about what did he hear that he came so quickly? That what made Yisro move so rapidly to join the Bnei Israel with no further delay? So why is it that Amalek, that he came so fast? We'll get to that in a moment. But first, in the Shira, so we see by Kriyas Yamsuf, we talk about Aznav Halu Alufei Edom, that the Edomites and other people in the world, they were very frightened about the Jews. They saw they were very powerful. Yet the next thing that came is the Amalek came, and they attacked the weak Bnei Israel, the stragglers, and the Bnei Israel had to defend themselves. And we'll get to that in a little bit also. So they came very quickly. In fact, the Midrash says that they had an extraordinary speed that they came. They came in one day, which should have taken 40 days. They went 400, well, the mill or whatever the distance was 400. Normally a person does 10 of them. That would take 40 days. They came in one day. Why did they move so fast? Why was the lesson of Vayavo? Because the Amalek didn't want to think. If they had thought and asked their generals, should we go attack the Bnei Yisrael right now? They might have heard, well, now's not a good time. They seem to be pretty powerful right now. God is protecting them. And their ardor would have lost, and they would never have come. So this is what the lesson that Yisro, when he saw after the Kriyas Yamsuf that scared the whole entire world populace, that still Amalek, who is a form of the Yetzer Hara, that he came in very quickly, that he said, this is how I have to respond in order to deal with the Yetzer Hara. If I want to do something, I have to respond without delay, because otherwise I'll lose my motivation, I'll get pushed aside and not end up doing it. Just like the Amalek couldn't afford to delay and not do it. Why was Moshe Rabbeinu, it says that when it came, that his hands weakened when they were attacking and fighting with the Amalek? Because he was being punished, that he told Yoshua, let us gather the people, and tomorrow, Machar, we will attack Amalek. By pushing it off, not responding in haste, he deserved to be punished, and therefore we saw a delay. And Purim, which is not so far away, we have that Mordechai told Esther, she was waiting to be called by the king, and in order to present the case to save the Bnei Yisrael, and Mordechai says, no, do not delay. We've got another 11 months coming till the decree would go into effect, but you can't even wait 30 days or anything like that. Go now. This is the time, for who knows, you'll be lost. And in fact, she went right away. And who also was moving quickly? It says right then, Vayavo Haman, who was a descendant of Amalek. He was also moving very quickly. So we see the difference, that she was very successful by responding very quickly, just like the lesson from Yisro, that he came to the Bnei Yisrael very quickly. One more story related to this idea, how to take the advantage of an impetus and not risk losing it. During World War I, there was one Jew who was not religious, and his duty was to pull out the soldiers who were dead and bury them, and it was very depressing. But he did see that there was one group of people, and these were actually religious Jews, that they'd overcome their depression and get happy relatively quickly by taking out their prayer books, whether it was Tehillim or the Siddur or Chumash, whatever it was. So he said, God, I'll make a deal with you. If you show me a sign, I'll become religious. Shortly thereafter, there was a ceasefire called, and shortly after the ceasefire happened, there was one shot that rang out, and that hit this man in his gun arm, and he was not able to fire anymore, and he was dismissed from the army. So when he was in the hospital, at some point quickly, he said, all right, God, when I will become religious, because I see this as a true miracle, there's no way to deny it. I asked for it, and it came right away. I just got to finish my college degree, a few more months, and I'll be done. And unfortunately, because he didn't take that impetus right away, he never became religious. So once again, when you're motivated to do something good, Take advantage, do it right away. Share this Devar Torah with your friends. Make sure to share it at the table. Hope you sign up, subscribe, various YouTube lists or Gmail or email, everything. So thank you for listening. Have a wonderful weekend.